As a law enforcement torch supporter,
I commit my talents, energy,
love, and compassion to the athletes and families
of Special Olympics, Southern California.
I will protect, defend, and befriend all those who seek the joy of Special Olympics sport.
And will always be a guardian of the flame of hope.
Welcome to the 2020 Virtual Torch Run closing ceremony. Thank you for joining us this morning. I am a guardian of the flame, and I'm very grateful for our founding father, retired Chief Richard Lemunion from Wichita, Kansas. He started the law enforcement torch run in 1981. He once said, what started as a spark of hope has turned into a roaring flame of stability for Special Olympics athletes worldwide. And boy, is that especially true here in Southern California. Our officers love our athletes and our athletes love us. Now let me give you a little brief history of what's occurred in Southern California. We started the law enforcement torch run in 1986, and since then we've raised over $18 million in support of our Special Olympics athletes. Now at the beginning of the year, our goal was to raise $2 million by the end of 2020. Now things have been a little different for us, but what has not changed is our love for our athletes and what we've tried to do to continue to raise funds for them. Our officers come up with crazy ideas, and what we've done this year is we've done a virtual plane pull, a virtual polar plunge, virtual rerun the city, and now our virtual torch run. Our goal for our virtual torch run is to raise over $150,000. I think we can do that. One thing that you'll find when you get involved with Special Olympics is that our officers all have their own personal stories as to why they get involved and why they run with the flame of hope. Now join me in listening to a few of those stories.
The flame of hope is a symbol that brings people together. I feel that the flame of hope is the same thing for Special Olympics athletes and all people involved. When you see it, you just get a certain feeling, and you get excited, and you know that there's something more to this than yourself.
It's a constant source of renewal. It burns away the old and kind of rises like the phoenix.
It gives me and my fellow brothers and sisters in law enforcement the opportunity to give back in a different way and to raise public awareness to such a great and noble cause.
The flame of hope, for me, definitely is just a symbol for Special Olympics, and they've created this great opportunity for members of our community with disabilities to get to participate in sporting activities and to create opportunities for them to be challenged and then to succeed and to win medals. And that hope represents Special Olympics, and I think that that is the best opportunity they have for those members of our community.
Just the fact that being a police officer in law enforcement, our duty is to serve, our duty is to give back. We do it with honor and pride, and to work alongside, to motivate, to encourage, and help the development of these fine athletes keeps me involved.
What keeps me involved is the greater organization of the Special Olympics. It's important for law enforcement and the community to work together. It's the only way we can get things accomplished. So I enjoy this every year. It keeps me motivated to stay in shape.
I love that law enforcement across the globe has this unique relationship with Special Olympic athletes, and that we get to be a part of their excitement and their passion for the sport, and that I get the opportunity to meet and interact with so many of these amazing individuals that have this genuine and pure enthusiasm for life.
So absolutely, the opportunity to get to be around the motivated athletes is what keeps me involved.
Being out there, seeing how hard the athletes work, seeing how dedicated they are, it inspires you to be better, I think. I'm proud every time I go out there and get to support the athletes and hopefully raise some awareness, raise funding. Those are all things that in the end, hopefully it's giving back to them, but it's definitely giving back to me for sure.
Especially this year with the precautions for COVID-19, I was inspired to run the torch run by the athletes video conference. It really highlighted the importance of hope and supporting others during this time.
I have had the opportunity to be at multiple opening ceremonies, and we love it when the law enforcement officers get to line the fields and the track as all the different teams are coming in throughout the county and their names are being called, and they're so excited to hear themselves over the loudspeakers, and we get to high-five them as they're coming in for those opening ceremonies, and you just get to be a part of that energy. And then up in the stands at the same time is their family and their friends cheering them on as well. So that's absolutely my favorite opportunity to get to be present, favorite memory for me.
So one of my favorite memories of Special Olympics is being at Summer Games and watching the athletes compete. They are truly they just bring out the best of humanity. You get to watch them, and they teamwork, the pride that they take, whether winning or losing, just in the pride in performance and being a team. It just makes you remember all the good that still exists in the world, and they are just wonderful people, and I love to be part of it.
Early on in my career, about 18 years ago, I went on a run during the Special Olympics torch run, and needless to say, I wasn't probably in the greatest shape, and an athlete ran beside me and encouraged me, and I fed off of their energy, and to this day, I still remember. His name is Paul. Always has a special place in my heart, and I'll never forget it, and it's one of the reasons why that I, along with my brothers and sisters in law enforcement, do what we do to bring this awareness to this great noble cause.
To have the athletes include me in their lives is amazing. I have friends from all over the world, including New Zealand and Canada, Saudi Arabia, England, Ireland, South America, and just to be able to be included in their lives. Some have learned how to drive, some have gotten married, some have graduated from college, and just being part of the Special Olympics community and family is an inspiration for me in my life and enables me to be my best.
One of the greatest memories I have of the law enforcement torch run is running through the streets of Long Beach with this torch and with our athletes. Our athletes get this torch and then they're so driven or they're so focused, they take off. And sometimes our whole group of officers just can't keep up with them, and we'll have to run up to them, grab them, and try to bring them back. But they play with such, and they run with such intensity and with such passion that's very inspiring for me.
Wow, what wonderful and inspirational stories. Law enforcement officers who are involved with Special Olympics will tell you that being around Special Olympics athlete is such a privilege. The officer and athlete bond is so magical and so special. Now we're going to hear from Deputy Chief Blake CHOW from the Los Angeles Police Department and Special Olympics athlete and global messenger Jordan Wall. Now let's hear their story.
Hey Jordan, how you doing today?
Good.
We miss seeing you, Jordan.
I miss seeing you too.
Yeah, Jordan and I share a very special friendship because I've been going to events with Jordan for many, many years now. And Jordan actually gave me, Jordan, do you remember going to the softball tournament and you threw the first pitch out?
Yes.
Jordan actually gave me the first pitch softball from the LEPD softball tournament. And you know where that is, Jordan, right now? It's in my office.
Woohoo.
Yeah, because that was a special gift for me. And I have a picture of Jordan when she went to our cop on our rooftop at Dunkin' Donuts, and she took a picture with everybody that was there, and she was doing the splits.
My favorite thing to do, I do gymnastics since I was like,
yeah.
I'm guessing I was like maybe 8 or 9 years old.
Mm-hmm. And Jordan even went on the roof with me at the Dunkin' Donuts. You remember that, Jordan?
Yeah. And I was a little scared.
She was scared, but she went up there. She climbed up the ladder with everybody else.
I'm trying not to be scared of heights is because I want to be an American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, you could be. You could easily be on American Ninja Warrior. And Jordan is so brave. She was scared to climb the ladder, but she actually went up on the roof before I did.
A long time ago, I was in the Big Bear camp, and there was a zip line with a ladder, and I was like getting scared, climbing up the ladder. And it was like high up. I was like scared.
But Jordan, you are very, very brave, because everybody is scared of something, but you actually do things that are a little bit scary, and you're able to do them. And not a lot of people can do that, because a lot of people aren't that brave.
Yeah, it's because they're not letting the fear to motivate them. So
That's right. That's a very good quote. Using fear can actually motivate you to do things that you didn't think you could do.
yeah, I learned that from one of the guys from American Ninja Warrior.
Ah, see, very good. Very good.
Yeah, like Chris Wojcicki.
See, one of your favorites?
Yes, and also Brett Stephenson but Casey Canzaro, as she was the first woman who went up the fourth wall, and she also does gymnastics, and she's also a wrestler at WWE, which I did not even know
Wow.
until I looked it up, and now I know.
See, Jordan, you're just as brave as those people that are on that show.
Let me win.
Let me win.
But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
Let me be brave in the attempt. That's Jordan, brave.
Thank you to everyone for supporting Special Olympics athletes.
2020 has definitely been a different year, but one thing that has remained consistent is our love for our athletes. We would not have been successful without the support of our law enforcement partners throughout Southern California, as well as our sponsors, the Knights of Columbus and United Airlines. You can continue to support us as well. Feel free to go to the Southern California Special Olympics website to find out more. One thing you'll find is we currently have a mega auction with unique items that you can bid on. Now, before we go, I'd like for us to say the Special Olympics Athletes Oath together. This powerful message is so inspiring, especially during today's times. Now, here's the oath. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate all that you do for our Special Olympics athletes.